Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in the car going to Zurich. I've been going to Zurich a lot these days. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and don't forget to hit that subscription button, like the videos, and if you have been here, you know, welcome. Thank you for always being here. So I'm going to Zurich, but I also decided to visit the cafe I told you guys in some previous video about. They serve really breakfast stuff all day and coffee in cone, like ice cream cone. I'm excited to try that, and I'm gonna take you guys along. See you when we get there. Guys, there's one important thing I forgot to say. I'm so excited to go to this cafe. I didn't even remember to say that I'll be addressing one of the questions that you guys had. So that question is, was it hard to relocate to Switzerland with a child? You know, I can't do it while driving because the camera isn't rigged up to the car. So I'll do it when I get to the cafe. Guys, I'm there. I'm not exactly at the place, but I'm in the town. Zurich is the hardest place to find parking. And it's expensive. So I parked a little bit away from the cafe, and now I'm just going to walk to it. So I will have to turn on my camera. Hi, John. I'm going to turn off the camera because I'm going to have respect to people and go drink a coffee. Maybe I can show you, maybe I can film, maybe not. But yes, and I also need to address this question about if it was hard to... What better place to do that? What better place to do that than here, right, guys?
Drink it out of the back of the oven. You need to keep it on like a bit of an angle, and then you can nibble in it a little bit on the outsides, but I wouldn't bite into it
too deep. Guys, it's so unfortunate I couldn't get to talk to you guys inside the cafe because of the music, so I couldn't talk. But not to worry, I'll keep my promise. I'll address that. And here we go. We're going to talk now about the difficulties, if there are any, of moving to Switzerland with children. So guys, I hope you can see me well. So I'm back on the countryside. As you can see, on a good day you would be able to see like the lake or the Rhine. I'm smelling animals and stuff, but I thought I would come and finish the conversation we started. Was it hard for me to move with my son? It was a no-brainer in the beginning. I'm going to move to this place. My son is coming. For me, it was better opportunities. I wanted to give him, you know, all the possibilities. The process of applying and getting here, I must say it wasn't so difficult because my husband is European, and I don't know how many of you know, but my husband is not the biological father of my son. Because of that, there were some glitches. So my son's father has been missing for the past since he was 1 year old, and so he doesn't know his father. We think he's passed and we've celebrated his life and so on, so we're at rest with it. When we were applying to come here, that was a factor because missing person doesn't mean a person is, we don't have any proof to say he has passed or so on. We just know that he's missing. We could be lying, we could be, you know, anything. And because this had happened so long ago, we his mom reported him missing, then his mom died, so I don't know which police station it was reported to, like go and get a report to bring to the immigration to say yes, we have proof that he's missing. So that was a little bit challenging. So we had to prove that his father is allowing him to leave the country because he has a dad. He doesn't have my last name. How we got past that is that on his birth paper, his dad's like information is not on it. So when he was born, we had 6 weeks to go and get it on, like his dad's information on the paper. We went like a day or two late, and they said, no, you have to go through this long process. And we decided it's okay. As long as his last name is on it, it's fine. And then after a few months after he went missing and so on and so forth. So the Swiss embassy said, or the Swiss consulate said, the child can have any name. If the father name is on it, we think we don't have to get permission from him, basically. So if his information was on it, then we would have had to like get proof somehow. I don't know how. But because his information was not on the birth paper, I was the sole parent or the sole caregiver or the person responsible for my son. So that made it much easier. If the father's name was on it, then, or if you are applying to move with your child and not with the biological father or by yourself, then you will need a letter from the father, the biological father or the guardian or whoever to say that, I'm allowing my child to travel with the mom and move countries and so on. So that part was a little bit tricky. Then when we came here, the settling, he was 7 when we moved here. He was 7 years old, and I think at first it was a little bit challenging for him in school. But the system is so helpful. We don't pay school fee. We don't pay for anything. And so because he was a new child in the system, didn't speak the language because he's coming from an English school, English system, there was a teacher who came in like 2 times per week. She sat with him and she just kind of monitor him, like, help him, like if he needed translation or if he needed, but they didn't translate everything to English. Good say. They didn't translate everything to English, but they supported him, Yeah, so there was support from the school. So we didn't... I tell you, I'm on the countryside. Yeah, so there was support from the school, and that was taken care of. I'm so grateful. I mean, my son came from 0 German to now, fluent, I can say. He's still learning, obviously, but he's come a long way. Also, in our village, there is like a lunch like a lunch room that you can register your child and they go. So in the beginning, the first 2 years, even though I didn't have a job, I was home, we registered him to go there every day to eat lunch. So because here in Switzerland the children come home for lunch, so they don't take lunch to school and all of that. So we registered him so he could meet friends, speak with other children, get accustomed with the food here and the timing and so on. And that was brilliant. He did that up until last year. He was always doing that. He was always going there for lunch because that's where he met children and they spoke, He gets to practice his German. So that made it easier for David to settle. For me, it was a little bit different. It was also good because he's in school. I met people from school, not many, but I met people from school, and would meet in the village and talk about David and stuff. And I met really 2 good friends, a couple, and they live in the same village. And because David and their son were in the same class, I met them and we went to Nigeria together. So they're the couple. So I've met people because I have my son here. It has made my process settling in Switzerland easier. And I think David has settled easier by you know, we throwing him into the system and just trying to help him to integrate with the people and the children around. Of course, there are struggles. Sometimes he comes home and he has issues. We all have issues, but we're very observant to his complaints and we monitor them. Yeah. So all in all, moving to Switzerland with a child for me was quite comfortable. And as I said before, I have a partner who is very hands-on, so that has been a tremendous help for me with settling in Switzerland. I hope that has answered the question of how hard it was to move to Switzerland with a child. The process can be a little bit complicated if you don't have all the papers, and the settling, try to immerse your child in the community that you're in. Meet other parents, meet other children, and yeah, it should be fine. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please, I have so much to do. I have so much content to create and to share with you, but I need your support to do that. So until next time with another video about Switzerland. Until next time, bye guys.